So we're going to be having a look in the magical mystery buzz behind you here in a minute. That'll be our first little look into our new tow car. So we're going to show you what our tow car is, why we're crying and letting our old tow car go. So that's going to be disappointing, that is. So we'll show you a snippet of that. If you got the comment, or I don't think you'd have guessed. I don't think anybody would have guessed, but we'll have a look at the comments from Friday's video and see if anyone guessed what the tow car is. Let's get on with the video and let's have a look in the little sooty van. When we push our hitch head in, it stays in. What should happen is that. So it's a sooty van. Shane's got one.
Oh, is it?
Shane's got the whole lot. He'd got the proper sooty and sweet van a while ago, and he put. Yeah, he'd got all of them. He'd got sooty, sweep, and all of them. So look at this little beauty, little Partex. It's literally just arrived. I think it's a cracking little starter.
It's quite big.
It's surprising, isn't it?
4 berths, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 berths. So this makes into a bed. I think. Oh, it has. It's got 5 seat belts.
No way.
It's got 5 seat belts.
Oh my gosh.
So it's got seat belt there. It's 2 seat belts on the side here, and then obviously your 2 seat belts at the front.
Oh crikey.
This is going to be about 8 grand.
Really?
It needs some TLC, but
It's a good little buy for a family, isn't it then? Cheap buy.
well, if you want to just get into sort of the motorhome market for not a lot of money.
Will this be sold as like a spares and repairs?
Yeah, so this is going to be very much spares or repairs. It is what it is. You're going to end up needing to do a little bit of sealing work. It all feels pretty solid though, to be fair. I'd say it's had some leaks in it in the past, but it's solid. So there's just some remnants of sort of where it's had a leak in the past. In there, it's obviously had a bit of a leak in the past.
Oh yeah.
But it's all
through the what's it?
Yeah, but it's all solid. Everywhere is solid, so it's a good usable motorhome. I've got to take it on a test drive, but again, the chap drove it in. It's been driven. It's somebody that we know. It's somebody from storage actually. So there's nothing sort of hidden or nasty, or it should all be okay, to be fair. But we will just take it for a quick MOT.
What kind of hob have you got underneath there?
I'd have said it's the old-fashioned, just three gas rings, no oven or anything like that. It's got the 3-way fridge, so it's a good little cheap starter. It's going to need a bit of cosmetic work on the outside. You got a TV. What more do you need? You got a shower, toilet, TV, little kitchen, and those beds make up great. So yeah, I think a good little starter motorhome for somebody, and just to be able to get out there and use it. It needs a little bit of tidying up. I think there's had to go with some spray paint at some point or something, so it just needs tidying, doesn't it? It just needs going through it and a bit of tidying, but not a bad little starter motorhome.
It doesn't really need tidying, does it?
Well,
Want to? I mean, the ceiling obviously doesn't.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah,
if you didn't want to do it,
it's just a wash. Yeah, just a wash. I think all the tyres and all stuff like that, it's been serviced fairly regularly, so yeah, it's not a bad little van. We'll have a look in our Palermo in a minute. Got the other big motorhome. So again, I've bloody locked it, haven't I? Let me open the door. 2 secs. I'll be back. Look at that. So we looked in this quickly previously. Again, good 6 berth, really good family motorhome. We've not put I've been putting off putting the pictures on the website yet because I've been trying to save it for Gailey, but I shouldn't really be doing that. I was hoping that 1st of May that would have been open and up and running, and it's just got to that point where we just need to start selling the stuff again now. And then this last weekend, I don't know why, it seems that normally sort of March and April go a little bit flatter, and then as soon as we get into the May, June, July, August, it goes mental. So and that's sort of what we're seeing for that first when was the first?
It was Monday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, so that was April then. So I'm wrong. April was April was decent, and I think the first was a good. So even very first of May, the last weekend of April, it started to go quite busy and picking up. So yeah, I think things are going in the right direction now again.
Do you know what I like about that? Is the steps.
Yeah, all being built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick out.
So yeah, the market is definitely picking up. We need some decent weather. I've said it before where we're expecting the market to be up and down, up and down, up and down. But I think now that we get into May, I expect it to take off and go on this trajectory of staying up there and being quite busy all the way through to about October after the kids' holidays. So that is what we're predicting now. So prices are going to stay pretty up there. Last week we said about greasing your nipples, making sure your nipples are greased, and that is going to stop the little bit of movement in that hitch head. But then the other thing that you can also check is if you push this in like this, and somebody sent us a message, or actually no, they put a comment on one of the videos and said when we push our hitch head in, it stays in. What should happen is that, so it should then start to come out. And what's basically happening is that if it's been left too long without being greased up, either the shaft inside has gone faulty, or it could be that it's just not had any grease in there, probably gone a little bit rusty, and it's just not working properly. So what you can then potentially do, hitch it up onto the car and then just reverse it into it slowly, pull it out forward slowly, and just do that a fair few times, unhitch again, and then just do that test again and see whether that is coming out properly. If once you've done that and then you've probably took it for a little bit of a test drive, if it's still not coming out like it should be, the chances are there's like a gas rod in here, which is going to need replacing. So it is easy, but it's only easy if you're used to doing it. There's a nut on the back that holds the rod in, and then the back bolt here holds the front of the piston into place. So you'd remove this. Realistically, you want to remove the hitch head completely, undo the bolt, and then you can slide out the piston, the gas rod that's in here, the hitch damper. You can then measure it, order a new one, and then slide it back in. Put the back bolt in first, and then what you have to do is it comes, normally there's a shim, and you push the rod in. So if you can imagine there's a gas rod here and it'll be sticking out too far, so you have to push it in, put your bolt through at the back here to hold it into place, put your hitch head in, so it's normally a shim that we use, so that you can then put the hitch head down and then knock this bolt through. So it's a tricky one, which if your hitch damper has gone, you're probably better just having a service engineer come and do it, because the little shim is what you really need, and if you haven't got that shim, it's a bit of a pain to actually do it, whereas your service engineer is probably going to have the shim and it's something that he's used to doing. So
so what problem is that if it is sticking in?
So if it's sticking in, basically it's not going to be putting the brakes on and off properly, and the chances are that gas rod there isn't doing what it should be doing. So it's not got the force on the gas rod to push that back out, or it's just seized up because it's not been used for a while. So when you basically then brake, the Caravan comes into the back of the car and applies the brakes, and instead of it coming in nice and gently, it's probably just going to bang. Yeah, so chances are then it's going to be that gas rod there. I went around the houses there, didn't I, to be fair? I think it's just
difficult to explain without
doing it.
Showing it,
yeah,
really.
yeah. We looked at the little stargazer. I've not done our review video as yet, so I don't know whether that was done yesterday. If not, there will be a little review video of that coming out very, very shortly. We're in the Lunar Clubman SI with that lovely big sunroof. The nice island bed that pulls out, so during the day you can have this island bed pushed in and then of an evening pull it out. I think we could get on that, couldn't we, without really pulling it out too big. So it depends how tall you are as to whether you need to pull it out or not. If you haven't got to pull it out, you've got loads of room. If you've only got to come a little bit, it's still enough room to sort of get round the bed, even during the night. So a good layout. I think we have looked in this before. And we've got a lovely, it's actually Sunday, and Oliver Cox from the Coxes is dropping us a Swift Conqueror 565. So we've got a nice van coming in Sunday, but we won't get that onto Sunday's video. As I said, let me know in the comments if you think our new tow car is ridiculous. Yes, that is correct. If you were paying attention, you will notice that the new tow car is currently sat at 17.6 miles per gallon, and it's just been on a nice little run down the motorway being delivered. But it is sad times that we're sort of getting rid of the Discovery. They get some bad press, Land Rover, but in all reality, I think if we could have gone for the new Defender and actually got one in time, that would have been what we'd have gone for. But with our first drive of the new tow car, and it was better than expected. Completely not practical, whereas the Discovery has been an all-round sort of vehicle. We'll explain a little bit more why we've swapped over and why we're getting rid of the Discovery. Completely not practical, but that is basically what we've gone for. So this is our new tow truck that we're sort of replacing the Discovery with. So yeah, we'll do a proper review. It's got some fantastic features, some really good features, but just have a look at that front. What an absolute stunner. It's all going to make sense. We've basically, we normally sort of always buy our tow cars, but because we need funds, we've had to lease our new tow car, and we're going to sell our other tow cars. So we've got our truck up the top, which the new tow car is replacing, obviously our Discovery as well. And then we've got a van as well, which I think we're going to sell that as well. We might keep that truck just for a little bit longer and sell the Discovery and the van. No. So we'll see. It's all up in the air. We need money to buy more stock to be able to sort of fill up both sites. So again, that's just going to be the progression over the next couple of weeks, because we don't want to sort of borrow any money. We're going to try and just fund everything ourselves. So still all sort of up in the air, as we haven't got a date still as yet for the Gailey site, so we're still waiting. We've got staff ready to go. Actually Jake, who's in the workshop's working here at the minute, so he's going to be going over to Gailey. Lisa, that's normally here over a weekend, she starts next week full time, and then we've got our valeter that'll be starting as soon as we open up. So we're all ready to go. It's like we're all dressed up and ready, but nowhere to go. We're at that point. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll be a bit further along. We're going to another dealer. We said on Friday that we're sort of branching our sort of network out to buy more stock, so we're going to another dealer
that we've always
we've always worked with them. So they've got two big sites, so hopefully we can buy some nice new stock, and we might even just do a few snippets as we go around there, and sort of once we've agreed deals on different things and gone, right, we've got this one coming in, that one coming in. So that might be in Friday's snippets video next week. I've babbled on long enough, so we'll see you next week, hopefully with some better news.
And have a nice coronation day.
Yeah, Monday, King's coronation. So yeah, have a nice bank holiday Monday, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching on Mark at the Caravan Place.